Welcome to the channel. Today I will be going over a scientific field known as primatology, and I will be covering our closest living relatives in the animal kingdom. Like us, they are members of the great apes, and this will be broken up into a several-part series. Let's begin. Today, I am going to talk about the species Pan troglodytes, also known as the chimpanzee. This species inhabits equatorial Africa, from Senegal in the west to Lake Albert and northwestern Tanzania in the east. Chimpanzees, like the other great apes, are among the members in the family Hominidae, which is made up of 8 extant species in 4 genera, which share similar characteristics such as broad torsos with widely spaced shoulder joints, stiff back, mobile limb joints, opposable thumbs, large brains, long forelimbs, lack of a tail, and a strong grasping ability. Now let's dive into the taxonomy of the chimpanzee. There are 8 levels of classification, which are domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. The domain the chimp is in is Eukarya. This domain is comprised of eukaryotes, organisms whose cells have a membrane-bound nucleus. All animals, plants, fungi, and many unicellular organisms are eukaryotes. The kingdom the chimp is in is Animalia. All members of Animalia are multicellular eukaryotes and are heterotrophs, organisms that rely feeding on other organisms directly or indirectly for nourishment. The phylum the chimpanzee belongs to is Chordata. The characteristics that classify this phylum are a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, this is present during the early stage of development for apes, and a post-anal tail, with an exception, that exception being the apes who lack this external characteristic and only have it during the embryonic stage of development. The class chimpanzees belong to is Mammalia. A characteristic that sets mammals apart from other classes is their ability to produce milk for their offspring through mammary glands. The order chimpanzees belong to is primates. The characteristics of this order are unspecialized structure, specialized behavior, comparatively poor sense of smell, prehensile 5-digit hands and feet that instead of having claws possess flat nails, acute vision with depth perception due to having forward-facing eyes, to name a few. The family chimpanzees belong to is Hominidae. Hominidae is a family made up of what's also known as great apes, which other than the chimpanzee consists of bonobos, gorillas, orangutans, and humans. Some of the characteristics of Hominidae are robust bodies, well-developed forearms, opposable thumbs and big toe, except for humans, enlarged brains, complex cognitive attributes, and the lack of ischial callosities, thickened layers of skin overlaying expansions of the hip bone. Chimpanzees are in the genus Pan. They share this with the species Pan paniscus, also known as the bonobo. The Pan genus are highly social and share a male philopatric, multi-male, multi-female social system. The species name for chimpanzee is troglodytes. What is typically used to define a species is when individuals can produce fertile offspring with one another. But this definition has been confronted with the confirmation of fertile offspring coming from 2 different species, and the term's definition isn't as clear-cut as we once thought. Now let's go over the physical capabilities of chimps. It was thought that chimpanzees were 5 times stronger than a normal human, at least due to anecdotal evidence from the 1920s, where a female chimp allegedly pulled 10 times her body weight in a fit of rage. However, recent studies on their muscle fibers shows that on a pound-for-pound basis, they are roughly 1.5 times stronger, at least when it comes to pulling and jumping, than someone of relative body mass, a human that's the same size as the chimp. And it appears that the incident in the 1920s was a one-time occurrence. Despite this, chimpanzees are still strong for their size, which is due to their muscle fibers being made up of 67% fast-twitch muscle fibers, as opposed to the humans having about 50% fast-twitch muscle fibers. This is significant because fast-twitch muscle fibers are what generate short bursts of power but tire quickly, meaning these muscle fibers are what supports movements such as sprinting and lifting weights. Chimpanzees are closely related to us, so naturally, they share a high amount of their genetic makeup with us. Recent evidence shows that chimpanzees and humans share a surprising 98.8% of their DNA with one another. This DNA similarity is so great that us and chimps are more closely related to one another than with any other great ape. And due to this, we aren't only similar anatomically, but we are even similar on a behavioral level, such as hunting behaviors and even aggressive behaviors. And this concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed my small breakdown and learned something. I will cover an entire long breakdown of this species in a later video. Thanks for watching, and until next time.